viewers, I hope you're having a great time. Let's jump into the deck deck so you can see what I'm trying to do. This deck is about spanning lots of Thopters, but the core of the deck is at 3 and 4 mana, so we are running some early drops to have something to do on the early stages of the game, namely in the form of galvanic bombardment and hungry militia captain, preferably to draw the attention away from our most valuable cards, and if this one survives we might get to flip it and become Westvale cult leader, and if this survives that should be fairly easy. Now, 4 copies of Reckless Fireweaver, very powerful Kaladesh card. I think that you can pretty much use this card as the core of many different decks and many flavors, and just win because of this card. Very strong. Long Road Home, as you might have noticed, we also have Essence Flags and also Eldrazi Displacer because we want to bounce our creatures, such as the Pia Nalar, because if when she enters the battlefield, we gain Thopter. So the key of the deck is to bounce our creatures, but we have not that many copies of this because otherwise we our curve would be very bad if we did so. So Master Trinketeer to give our Thopters a little bonus, and also can be used to create tokens and might be very useful in the future. Pios Benchel, a nice addition in a tokens deck because we get to gain life. We might even flip him to be a Wakeward Disciple. Might work. I don't think we are going to see that other side, but who knows. Now, most tech cards, most technical. Here, Cultivator's Caravan. We are running 3 colors, and this is both ramping and mana fixing, and can become an attacking creature. So very powerful for Kaladesh. I think this is one of the best cards from Kaladesh that you are going to be seeing on many decks for years to come. And Sagili Rai, because well, she allows us to scry, deals a little bit of damage to opponents and even planeswalkers, and also his Banish 2 is very powerful in our deck because we get to copy some of our creatures that become artifacts, and well, we have to exile those, but we can do many things with the copies. Visionary Augmenter, 4 mana cost, a little expensive for a 2/1 creature, but it gives us the option to fabricate 2. Whirler Rogue, also for 4, but a more sturdy creature, giving us 2 Thopters no matter what, and we might end up using the ability to make our creatures unblockable, so pretty versatile, very powerful from Origins. Also Pia and Kiran Nalar, same rulings, but this is legendary, and because of that we have a single copy, and we can pay 2 and a red to sacrifice an artifact and deal 2 damage. Might get us all from some trouble. 2 copies of Valor in Agros. I wish I could use more, but the 4 mana spot in this deck is pretty crowded. But whenever a creature enters the battlefield, well, every creature gets a bonus. We have Thopter Spy Network, so we get to draw when our artifacts connect, and Flame Shadow Conjuring, another way to duplicate our creatures for paying 1 red, at least for a turn. We also have Chandra, because we love the mana, that's the main reason for having her here, but the other modes are pretty handy to have in many cases. Angel of Invention, another a very powerful angel. It's okay, it's a 2/1 for 5 mana. That's a little bit overpriced, but it has Flying Vigilance and Lifelink and Fabricate 2, and other creatures you control get +1/+1. Mirror Wind Dragon that I would say is the star of the deck in case we get a nice board going on, but it's sitting at 5 mana cost. Yeah, not maybe we don't get to use the power of the Mirror Wind Dragon, but I think it can come up. Cloud Blazer, not really too synergistic with the rest of the deck, but we get to gain life and draw cards, and we get a nice 2/2 flyer. So for 5 mana, I think it's pretty decent. A single copy though, because okay, we have many cards very expensive. And finally, Sahilis Artistry to create. We can choose one or both. We can create a token that's a copy of target artifact, and a creature also can be copied, but it's an artifact, and this will work very good if we have our Fire Weavers on the board, and we can target opponents' stuff. That's pretty good. And for the lands, I'm not sure this is the proper way to go, but many of dual lands, some Inventor's Fair, Founder of the Consuls, Either Hubs, and a couple of Evolving Wilds. Not the full four because we are just having one basic of each color. And well, let's hope that the tapped lands are not damaging our play too hard. Let's go ahead and see if this works. And just went through the tech, but maybe I change many things depending on how we do. So what this deck is going to be missing is a little form of interaction other than galvanic bombardment. There's not a realistic way to deal with opponent's threats, so we are our goal to keep alive is to pose large enough threats so the opponent has to spend his resources removing our guys. So I think this hand is pretty keepable because we have the Reckless Fire Weaver to begin with, and Evolving Wilds we can use to get the mountain. Mm, yeah, the only thing is the Glacial Fortress enters tapped unless I spend the energy of the Aether Hub, but I think I'm going to want to keep the energy available for later. Mm, yeah, this makes our choice easier here. So let's go Either Hub and Reckless Fire Weaver, and let's hope that the opponent is running blue and red so far, that he can't kill our Reckless Fire Weaver, and if this guy survives long enough, it's going to kill the opponent actually. So let's see here. Uh, Temptation. What is the right thing to do here? I think first of all we should attack. And the greedy play here is to play Glacial Fortress, and next turn we can use the Augmenter with the Fabricate mode. Mm, Other than that, we can use Foundry of the Consuls and spend the energy from the other hub to drop this turn the Trinketeer, but I don't think, yeah, I feel like waiting is better and we get to keep the energy from the other hub. And well, Fevered Visions, it's going to be dealing damage to us, but gives us some cards. And let's hope the opponent does not find his Sphinx's tutelage too soon. And okay, Visionary Augmenter, and we get double servos here. Fabricate. That's 2 points of damage to opponent's face, plus the attack from the Reckless Fire Weaver. There we are. 16, but we take 2 from Fevered Visions. Yeah, and if the opponent gets to the mill stage, we're going to have a very hard to win race. The opponent might have board clear too. Maybe he runs the what's the name? How is it called? Flame. I don't know what. What was it called? Shadow Flame? No. Lightning Axe killing the Fire Weaver. He has to discard something. Maybe he has. What? He threw away the spell Shrivel. So he must have another counter spell, because why could he throw away that? Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious. So let's get, well, not much to choose from here. So let's get planes. Well, no, let's get the island actually. So we might get to play Sagile. And if the opponent has a counter spell, I think we want to get the Pios Evangel. What is he doing? Harnessed Lightning over this guy. Okay, now he has energy. Alright, so the problem here for us is the Favorite Vision is going to keep the opponent's hand fueled. But now he has not mana for counter spells, so let's think. I'm going for the Trinketeer here. And let's hope that this guy survives. Not bad. We have some interesting combo on from some turn. The opponent drawing, so I think this is actually a mill deck. We haven't seen this horrible, horrifying, I mean the Phoenix tutelage. Opponent with enough mana for a counter spell. We have this Achilles Artistry. So we could duplicate our Master Trinketeer, but I think we should wait. Let's first attack here, and we are going to try to resolve something that we don't mind losing against the counterspell. Of course, having the dragon could be sweet, but let's go with the Pious Evangel. And he meets the counterspell, or yeah, the spell Shrivel for sure. It was very obvious that that was going to happen here. Flame Shadow Conjuring, pretty interesting if we can use this next turn. Let's see. Opponent has Cathartic Reunion, he has to discard 2 and draws 3. So the Sphinx is going to show up pretty soon, so he threw away another counter spell. Lightning Axe against this guy. Okay, let's save him with the Essence Flax. So he gets to live, and the opponent didn't use the counter spell. What? He left! Come on! Just when the things were about to turn for a good show. Okay. Let's try to resolve the Flame Shadow Conjuring. Let's see what happens here. It resolves. Good. Now hit for, well, plenty, and we win. Yeah. Wow. That was fast. I wasn't expecting that. The opponent might have something to remove one of our guys. Alright. So we defeated the milling deck. I guess that even if the opponent had found the tutelage, he wouldn't be able to mill as fast as necessary to defeat us. There. And apparently we're going to be facing a very aggressive red deck. Unless we get the bombardments soon enough, I don't think we can stand against a very aggressive deck. very fast, red aggressive deck. But the opponent has a very huge deck going on. Risky hand, but double cultivators means that we get our. If we draw just one land, we are on. Let's see. Double Reckless Fireweaver. Oh boy. The only scary thing is the opponent running red, but he has 77 cards? What's that about? How is he expecting to win with a huge deck like that? So he draws, and we are going to try to hit our third land soon, please. Mountain. So we at least we get to play 2 Fireweavers, and let's cross our fingers for the opponent not running Declaration in Stone. So here we go, Reckless Fireweaver. So in case we get an untapped land, I think the Cultivator's Caravan is a good play for the following turn. If not, if it's a tapped land, we play the second Fireweaver. Uh-oh, the Hunger Garrison. That's going to be hard to stop. Yeah, land. Very good. It's tapped, but we get another Fireweaver, so we can get rid of the tokens, although the opponent might finish our guides with a number of damage spells. Yeah, he has too many lands over there. I don't think I should block. So maybe I should play Saili instead of the caravans. No, he tapped. Well, he might have a fiery impulse or maybe a pump. No, what? He's tapping out. What's he doing? And we can kill her with these two. What's he doing? This guy has a very large deck. He's spending his cards before the combat. That's all bad, man. That's not how you are supposed to do. So if I play Sahili, it's going to die against the mainly this Thopter. Let's go with the caravan here. 2 points of damage to the opponent, and we get access to more mana next turn. Maybe we can play Chandra and kill the garrison. Not sure. These two planeswalkers are the best duo of planeswalkers, I think. Firecraft, Fireweaver. Oh, we lose one. Goblin Arsonist. And now what? Okay, I don't think we are winning the race, so let's just kill one of these tokens. So if I use Chandra, we lose her for sure. If I use Thopter Engineer, we can crew the caravan. We deal 1 with the entering of the Thopter. Let's continue. So skip the attack. Ah, what? Oh, all right. Okay. Next click over the necessary. It's going to be my demise in this game. That was so bad. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So let's just leave here. That was a very sad misclicking. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even want to stay on that game. Come on. Why second my face? Why did you do that? A single click can ruin your life. Be careful, guys. Oh, so this game requires so much skill. You have to have a very high APM to win it here. Nice land, but we are missing the lands to proper drop our thing. What? Ah, no, let's leave. Yeah, not fun into staying in such a game. Yeah, that's not what we want to do. Our opponent left without even. Yeah, he didn't. He decided to leave. Yeah, maybe he mistook the deck. Maybe he grabbed the deck that he wasn't willing to play. That could happen. I remember when this game first came out. After you played a few games, you had to browse all the decks all over again and choose the one that you want to begin with. Otherwise, you were going to be playing with the first of the list all the time. So we're going to be playing first. This is the same opponent that just quit. Hmm. Blue and red. I don't remember if he's our first opponent. So let's begin with the Spires. And next turn we are going to have the Bombardment online. We can start dropping some of these tapped lands and set up for a Pious Vengeful turn, maybe. Yeah, I think Evolving Wilds is better this time. If I go ahead for... Yeah, I think I should go searching planes. We have no blue cards still on hand. And we have either have... So Jace. Maybe this is the same guy that tried to mill us and failed? I don't know, it looks like a mill deck to me. He's going to discard 2, but draws 3. That's pretty powerful in many scenarios. So our plan is to drop the Pious Evangel next turn, and maybe we play the Valor or the Trinketeer next, depending on the mana of the opponent. Now, Whirler Rogue takes double blue, so we cannot play using the hub. So maybe a mistake searching for the planes, but the planes makes us play our other lands untapped. Cathartic Reunion. Maybe he has another Fire Temper that will be problematic for us. But yes, he has. But it's going to be hitting the Pious Evangel, and that's not too bothersome for us. So I think I'm going to go ahead with the Valor across here. Well, maybe that gives the opponent time for him finding answers to our guys. Now let's do it. Let's just do it. I have to think big here. The opponent is going to find, sooner or later, he's going to find the tutelage. He's just drawing too many cards. There it is. But with the cards we currently have in our hand, we might kill the opponent unless he removes them. Reckless Fire Weaver, so fine, so good. I'm very glad I have that. So let's get the Trinketeer out. Maybe he eats some nice spell. Oh, he eats the Galvanic Bombardment. Alright. Well, what are we going to do? We have to get rid of cards from the opponent's hand. Now, this time Our board is looking pretty empty, but I prefer the opponent spending these removals on these other guys and leave the Reckless Fireweaver alone. Discard what? What should I discard? I mean, I think the Galvanic Bombardment. It's not likely that the opponent is going to have a huge creature that we can kill with that, so we are losing a lot of stuff. No, let's better do not look at that. Long road home. Let's see. If I use either hub here, I can cast the rogue and leave mana open to save her. Oh, yeah, but having the Fireweaver out could be very good. No, I do not have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have. What I'm. It's just that this um, red profile, red border of the middle spires is a little bit mesmerizing. So, Kozilek's return. We're going to save our Wheeler Rogue from a certain death. Aha, we dodged the death. Let's see if we can get to kill the opponent actually. So one thing is that if this guy stays on the board, we play the Fireweaver, we can activate the spires and make our opponent suffer quite a lot. Now he's still milling us. If he has a number of drawing spells, we might lose here. Galvanic Bombardment. Well, okay, we lose one of our guys, and he's going to be drawing like a lot. This is a serious meal. More meal is going to happen. So let's hope we get some action here. So this one is going to have double strike. That means that it is 4 damage. If he gets the pound, it's 6 damage plus another 4. That means we are going to be dealing 10 damage to the opponent. It's a land, so let's first activate this guy. Alright. Do I have to untap basic lands? Let's hope so. No, I didn't. So we missed the activation of the Valor in Acros. Well, next turn it's going to be, I think, Wandering Fumarole. No, this is better than the Wandering Fumarole with the Valor in Acros. But we are running low in cards, and the opponent has too many mana open, and he's not running counter spells apparently. So this is not the same guy, I guess. Oh, no, that's it. Double Sphinx is too much for us. Yeah, I don't think we can defeat double Sphinx. Oh, the opponent has, yeah. Oh, well, anyways, let's try to see how far we can get with just double Thopters out there. Let's Needle Spires here. It's not going to matter too much. I mean, we have to survive. It's too much pain. Yeah, alright, let's go ahead and hit here. Now the only redeeming thing is the opponent has only one card in hand, but this is looking eerie. The only thing that I guess we can use to save us is a Wheeler Rogue or Pian Kiran LR. No, they are in the graveyard now. Wheeler Rogues, we have lost one. Land Reveler. And the opponent is activating this 6 times, 7 times. Yeah, this is, yeah. And that's it. It kills us with the Gaia Reach. So he succeeds into milling us and kill our guys. Yeah, now Gaia Reach is going to finish us off, and the Wheeler Roll was our last hope. Yeah, as always, the Sphinx's tutelage are hard to defeat in this sort of decks. Yeah, and maybe if we had a little more luck, we might have dodged all those burning spells that were thrown against our creatures. We could save the Wheeler Rogue once, but the opponent was loaded with Fiery Tempers and Bombardments. Yeah, the burning rage. Let's try one last time to see if we can defeat another opponent. Important to remember, do not click skip the turn without playing your cards. Now let's see if this time we can bribe. Alright. Chan chan chan. We are going to play first. We have the Fireweaver and the Displacer. The Displacer pretty useful in this hand. So Prairie Stream to begin with. So both Clifftop Retrieve and Glacier Fortress enters untapped, and we can play Fireweaver next turn, Displacer the following turn, or maybe we begin with the Thopter Engineer. This hand is looking pretty good now. Opponent in red. If the opponent has some form of vehicles, I think we can raise the vehicles because we have our own vehicles at some point, but mostly the Eldrazi Displacer is just much value. Blue and red. What is this going to be about? So, Glacier Fortress, Thopter Engineer. Yeah, because yeah, the Eldrazi Displacer is pretty powerful here. Yeah, but let's go ahead with this. 1 point here. Not looking as if the opponent has a way to stop this attack. So there are many instances available, but 3 damage is hard to do, and 1 point to the Thopter. Maybe the opponent wants to hold back some more powerful spell, such as this Exquisite Firecraft. Yeah, what? So maybe he was concerned about our white here. I don't know. Double Ballerina Cross. That's a lot of power. So here we just attack for 2. Well, board clear might happen. The opponent has something that could kill all our creatures, so we want to be taking that into account. He has, I don't think he has that kind of spells, because now he shows us the Jory and Ruin Diver, so this might be about the prowess deck, and too tempting to play Chandra here. We have to pay the either have the Wheeler Rogue 2 is such a big huge boost in power here. That means we get to attack our opponent for 6 and have 3 blockers up. And also, no, I mean much more. No, because the Thopters gain haste. Oh boy. I this deck I tried something similar back in Origins. Now we are hitting for 16. The opponent has to block. This is insane. I don't think. Yeah. Okay, let's continue and see how this develops. Now the opponent has lost one of his most powerful giants, and we have a impressive board. Collective Defiance not going to help that much. He should be. What? He chose to discard the whole hand. Look at this. He's tapped out. He has nothing to do. Let's go with Chandra. Just because. Let's get the mana. Let's get the Reckless Fireweaver, and we gain 5 additional power to hit the opponent right in the face. Oh boy, isn't this lovely? Of course, we have to get to 4 lands to do that sort of plays and have the software engineer to stay on board. But come on, tell me if that isn't power, I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm going to leave this for the time being, and soon we will visit this one again. There's many cool cards in the deck that I would love to have copies, more additional copies of. Also, a number of cards that that were left out. Mm, yeah, too much power. Yeah. It's hard to fit the 60 card limit, but we are doing, I guess, we are having our share of fun. Until next time, I hope you have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave your comments, and sayonara!